So welcome again in this beautiful building, and we have a very great challenge this morning to talk about new media, to discuss new technologies. So in November 2012, I was lucky. I met two gentlemen in Oslo during a Nordic conference, thanks to NIVA training. And I met Max Loom, he's on the left side for people who don't know him, and Sturle B in Oslo, and we decided to work on specific communication seminar to tell more stories from theory to practice. And I must say that since this meeting, new media keep moving forward. And we all have in mind the beautiful digital strategy of The Guardian newspaper, rewarded in 2012 with its terrific data store. And it was said to be the data journalism's pioneer in the European newspapers. But the Guardian decided to just put some beautiful, to put some beautiful things, interactive platforms on its website instead of just delivering information. But according to some professionals, the paywall model in the press, in newspaper, is said to be the viable approach to running a newspaper today, with the example of the New York Times. And why am I insisting on this point? Because a lot of our colleagues, experts, researchers, do not have in mind that the media are living their own crisis, which upset the job of journalism, and nobody knows how to handle with the news online. So as an example of Newsweek with the last point version, and this is a fact, we are all facing a big change in the way we're getting information and in the way we build information. And we have another model of news online in France with a free one on the left side, and it's free one on the right side, and a paywall model with the media part on the left side. So I don't know if we could say that OSH, occupational safety and health communication, suffers from bad luck or something else. But as a fact, let's look at the real context. OSH is still underquoted out of crisis. And if you take a worldwide ranking of OSH topics, most of them are disasters. And in France, we had requests made to my institute, INRS, picked following suicide in companies. But the question is, how can we talk about prevention? How can we deliver prevention message apart from when such crises occur? So we can say that health and safety crises have made OSH, occupational safety and health, a social issue. And in France, in the workplace field, it is said there's a before and an after asbestos. So I'd like to tell you a personal story about this. I used to work some years ago, in the Food and Feed Safety Directorate in France. And my grandmother on my mother's side did not understand very, very well what I did for work until the day she heard about this, the mad cow disease in every media. And this crisis has made a very technical topic a social issue. So it seems that OSH topics are not identified as well as public health, environment topics, and this is a fact linked to the mainstream media, to the mainstream media organization, which is often divided into economy, environment, and health sections. So we have few journalists in OSH, even fewer in OSH preventions. So just imagine when a journalist from Le Monde newspapers call me, ask me, so what's the story, Stéphane? And he expects facts. And all I'm giving him is a OSH prevention message. And that's not enough. So how many times a colleague asked me if some journalist will attend or will be at a conference, and I may get him nervous answering, what for? Do we have something hot to make a story, more than the fact that we have 350 participants in a room from 27 countries dealing with occupational allergies? No. So we have to mind these facts and this context also. We all understand that today, so the media is no longer a one-way street. It's not anymore one-to-one relations. And in my institute, in my organizations, 75% of the quotes in the press are in the very technical, very professional trade press. So it could be interesting to see the interaction and to see all the work with social media and social networks. And there are some good examples, and according to some professionals, the 2008 Obama campaign was one of the models to be followed, with a specific message which was adapted to a specific network. And the last Obama campaign is said to be the most efficient one as a digital campaign strategy. So it could be a very good example to follow for my institute. I will tell my boss later on. But having a specific message adapted to specific networks and communicating on the beautiful pictures on other networks. This is what the audience are seeking. Social media provides an accessible format for communicating just in real time. So just imagine what's going on during the next minutes, the next 60 seconds. We have 2 million searches on Google, 41,000 posts per minute, 278,000 tweets, etc., etc. 72 hours of video uploads on YouTube. In France, 77% of internet users are said to be addicted to social networks. And we are definitely in a new mobile era time. And mobiles are said to be 160% more likely than computers to use at school or work or at work. And the use of mobile devices, such as smartphone or tablet, is exploding. So users now they expect to be able, we're all expecting that, to be able to change the date of our driving tests while on the bus, or to pay our taxes while in bed. And 80% of Twitter users accessing via mobile. So this is another fact. And today, any organization wants its own apps, want to develop its own apps. And in UK, the government warned some ministries, saying that there could be some exceptions. But we think that people should be able to watch your information, whatever the computer, tablet they use. And this is the note providing by Tom Luzmo from the Cabinet Office, saying, we're not happy at all. I would like now to focus on social media as a crisis communication response. This is an article from The Guardian during the Horsemeat Gate, And why is that? Because once the story gets started on Twitter or Facebook, it becomes a snowball rolling downhill. And sometimes you can spend a day watching on your mobile. You can spend the day watching the news and rolling on your tablet, and realize by the end that almost nothing beyond the initial event has actually happened. And right up the moment you turn it off. So social networks are amplifying this fact and the story and keep it going. And yeah, this is the story in this article. You have another use of social network with the Federal Emergency Management Agency in the United States with the use of tweets during the Hurricane Sandy in 2012. And they use it just to alert and inform in real time every citizens. Another case of crisis communication with this fake. It was in April 2013, and the Twitter account of Associated Press reported explosions at the White House. And almost immediately, the stock market fell sharply. And the tweet was a fake, and the news spread like wildfire with more than 4,000 retweets. And we know that number of fake Twitter users, it's about 20 million since Twitter was launched and created. So a lot of people are using social media in this specific strategy to handle crisis communication. Why is that? Yes, once the topic takes flight, shifting public opinion is very, very hard. So it's a kind of dramatic day with 24 hours news, and if you get it wrong, your error will be promulgated around the net. So this is not new, definitely not new. But the way social networks accelerate interactions underlines more than ever the difficult balance between the journalist and press relation. So how to deal? I will ask you later the question, Max, how to deal with a combination of speed and penetration. So I have another example of the main use of social media and social network, because people like what is beautiful. Some of you will mention it better than I later on, also this morning. Sometimes it's just a question of reframing. Here's a story about the French Ministry of Agriculture. They developed a social network strategy to bring out the beautiful heritage, and they add on pictures and videos. And this is a strategy. This strategy leads them to issue new reports, data visions, new illustration. So in the past, some journalists used to ask us for photo or pictures when we were sending a press communique. And now they all ask us if we have illustrations, if we have something beautiful they can print or put on their website to better explain or disseminate our message. This is another fact. So this was a kind of short introduction and panorama to give a kind of test, and I hope we will have a fruitful session this morning and later on this afternoon. Here's all to follow in RS. Also, of course, we have some news on the Twitter account. We try to put some short videos on YouTube. And we have in RS Funds company page on LinkedIn. Some presentation available in English on SlideShare also. And this group, Perosh Seminar 2013, is a group on LinkedIn.